Hello, folks. Good morning and welcome to XM Live Education. My name is Stanislav Kolev. A new week, new beginning, new market opportunities. I'm going to be your trading expert in the next 1 hour. And as always, look forward to have this session as an open debate, open discussion. Talk to me, guys, about the trades, setups, ideas, instruments, just everything you guys are interested in. We're also streaming on YouTube, and we got a couple of people, Manzur and Tala, already in the chat. Good morning, guys. What are you up to? What type of traders you are? I understand that you see us outside of the XM Live Education. I'm going to show you in the next minutes how you could join XM Live Education and be part, so you could watch us not only now, but you could watch us daily. Um, Throughout the weekend, we had some interesting volatility hitting in, and which fall back afterwards. Um, oil prices were expected to gap at about $90. They gap to 77 from 73, which is 5% compared to the 25 here, and we cover the gap. Same thing or something identical we had with gold was supposed to open higher, and it did not, and now it's falling down. Same thing with the equities. It was the future market was expected to open even lower. Now it's even on the positive territory for the day. You see, this is Russell 2000 where it opened, where it is right now. Same thing with the S&P 500, close to open. Absolutely, absolutely um, wild amid what's happening, whole bombing and threats and etc. throughout the weekend. Now, the first thought that comes to my mind is that the market participants know something. Market participants know something more than we do. It is probably geopolitics is probably the hardest one to analyze and to start positioning yourself based on certain rules. That's why most of the time, um, I ignore this, or at least try to ignore it, and concentrate on the technical chart and the technical analysis because they scream louder um, than anything. Yeah, they scream louder than anything. Um, and on the technical perspective at the moment, on any of the instruments that I just opened now, I don't have much of an edge, even not at all. This is why there is nothing much to execute just now, but rather I suggest that we start with analyzing the week, um, and start with the economic calendar. We have Powell, we have Bank of Japan. Start with other other um, economic events from the calendar, then get to the charts and try to understand on which instruments there is some valid opportunity and which instruments are going to be more um, of a fugazi and doesn't doesn't we're you know not going to position ourselves, or at least as of now. As I said, geopolitics is the hardest factor in the trading and also in the investment world. Um, it it's so much happening behind the scenes. You have your 10 steps ahead against the opponent. You got a back channel conversations. Um, you got massive incentives at play You got a new collaborations in play, and you know it's probably the hardest to analyze. When we got a central bank, most people say we don't trade this. I rather do. I rather to do. Yeah. Um, I'm getting back to the chat. Actually, I'm getting to the chat and see Medo and Boyki. Good morning, guys. How was your weekend? Boyki, how is everything? Medo, how is everything with you? Thank you guys for being here with me. I look forward to have this session as a nice chat and discussion, and everybody also who is watching from YouTube. If you have any questions, just bring them on. I'm gonna delete this. Yeah, okay. I am going to delete that and create the the new the new weekly preparation. Why we create a preparation for the week? Because we don't want to be chaotic. We really want to be organized, and we must follow the direction of the markets. We have no influence towards it. We want to follow the direction, and we want to um, have a structure of what to do in certain situation, which instruments we can create a bias, let's say, to buy, to sell, based on the technical chart, based on the macro fundamentals, based on the geopolitical, all of that together. Um, and and be focused on the serious instruments, and be avoiding the instruments that we don't see edge. Please, Manzur, please go to MT5 charts guide. Thank you, Manzur. Let's get right into the charts. There it is, the gold. Daily chart. If if we start with a top-down approach, which most people prefer, but I say a lot of time it's irrelevant because if you ask me about 5 minutes and I start with the weekly, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. So on weekly, that's a bullish trend. We're just breaking out of this channel. On daily, same thing, same picture we see. Breakout, we got some retest, we got a shooting up. 4 hour, since the market opens, we are coming down. Maybe some um, news around the conflict or some resolution that we're not aware of. And 50 minutes, it's just coming down now. I don't see much. I don't see much. If I have to draw this picture, we kind of got some false breakout. Now we're at the bottom of the structure. Um, Generally speaking, I do remain bullish on gold. I think that it's most likely to continue going up. It's very likely for that to continue going up. Um, even we avoid the war that is recently happening between Israel and and Iran. or the attacks, however you you name that. Um, Now at the bottom of the structure, it's a good price to buy from this level. It's a good price to anticipate along, but there is no buy signal. So there is no signal to anticipate a buy. My favorite now setup is if it make a false breakout, potentially touching the volumetric zone. It could be bigger, smaller, higher, whatever. Something like this. This is going to be a very this is going to be uh, a very strong buy signal to anticipate. So on gold, I still remain bullish. I think that we're most likely going to anticipate uh, anticipate a a buy setups there. Yeah. So let us go to the list. Gold, it seems unchanged. It seems unchanged. Um, I like to be a long buyer, and I like to anticipate buy positions, um, buy positions on gold. So let's keep it like this. Keep it green color. Keep the bull here, and that's it. Boyki had a good weekend. Thank you. And ready for a new week and new opportunities? Absolutely. Last week was doing pretty good, except the Bitcoin drop. That to me was a little bit overreaction, but pay the price and move on and start building again the position. Medo, could you look at Bitcoin? All right, Bitcoin. Yep, that's right. Have been pushing up. Um, let's put the stockma. No, nothing. Let's get to daily stockma. Daily stockma, we didn't get the price to dip below the stochastic for a buy uh, signal. We didn't get to get it. 4 hour in previous 4 hour significantly bullish candle breaking above the structure high. Excuse me. Um, so that's some volumetric zone. We have room to here. We rejected by the previous volumetric zone as discussed. Yeah, massive volume. Now we have a little slower one. It's bullish. It's still one of the instruments that are severely bullish to me. So Bitcoin, this is the biggest conviction that I have from all of the instruments. It does look severely bullish with the current macro picture. I am not really sure why it was so rapidly going down, but maybe it's a good opportunity.